This is Bestos Asks with Pastor Steve.
Hello and welcome to Bestos Asks, where I, Bestos, ask Mr. Pastor Steve a question.
I'm ready. What questions do you have for me today?
Okay, my question is, if you and me got into a fight over the last cookie in the cookie jar, who would win?
Bestos, what kind of question is that? I would never fight you because we're friends.
Hold on. I asked the questions around here.
Okay. Well, okay. I think if that were to actually happen, I think I would win, Bestos.
What? You think? Why?
Well, because Bestos, look, I'm so much bigger than you.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, but I think that I would win.
Bestos, come on.
I am serious. I can defeat a giant.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
Well, why exactly do you think that?
Well, because I read a story in the Bible about it.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
So, well, would you like to hear that story?
Yes, I would.
Okay, here it goes.
There once was a giant named Goliath who taunted the Israelite army, yelling terrible things about God and hurling insults at them. The Israelites were terrified of him. Even King Saul was afraid. Goliath asked for one Israelite soldier to fight him, man to man, but no one would come forward except for a young shepherd boy named David. David went to King Saul of the Israelites and said, "I will fight Goliath. I am not afraid." King Saul doubted David because he was only a boy, and he said, "Don't be ridiculous. There's no way you can win." But David told Saul about how he had scared off and killed fierce and wild animals that had tried to get his father's sheep, and how he used his shepherd's staff and his slingshot to protect the flock. David knew that with God on his side, he could do the same to Goliath. So King Saul let David go, but he made David try on his own armor to use as protection. The armor was heavy and clunky, and David was not used to it, so he chose to leave the armor behind. He knew in his heart that he only needed God's protection, his slingshot, and 5 smooth stones to defeat the giant. Goliath laughed at David when he approached him, calling him bad names and taunting him too. But David was not afraid. He said to Goliath, "God will hand you over to me, and I will strike you down. It is God who will conquer you, and I will win." And so, David put one smooth stone into his slingshot, aimed right at Goliath, and fired. Goliath fell to the ground, dead. And so, the giant was defeated by a young shepherd boy named David.
Yay! David is the winner. The small guy always wins.
Well, that's true in this case, Bestos, but it's not about how big or small or how strong or weak you are.
What do you mean? David was small, so he won.
Well, but that's not really the point of the story.
But then what is?
Well, it's not about how small David was or how big Goliath was. It's about how powerful God is. And the fact that David had faith in God. He trusted that God would take care of him.
God takes care of us in every situation? That is so good. There are many situations in which I need to be taken care of.
Well, clearly. Now, how about we just get to that cookie we were talking about earlier, okay?
Oh, I love cookies.
And I tell you what, we can split it. How's that?
Yes, this sounds acceptable. I will share it with you, even though if we were going to fight over it, I would clearly win.
Because you're a little guy like David?
No, because I trust God to help me through every situation.
Oh, well, at least you learned something.